Good evening. This is the JKA Rochester class. Tonight we're going to have 3 people leading. I'll start it off. It's February the 8th. I'm going to start off with kata. The kata tonight, I'm working on Hangetsu. It's a great kata to work on for breathing and total body connection. I'll go for 20 minutes, then we'll hand it over to Miho, and then we'll hand it over to Mark. Why are you on my screen?
She needs to mute, that's why.
Okay, thank you. Can you mute, Miho?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so why am I not on the screen? Can you see me?
Yes, once it's in speaker view, until you spotlight yourself, anytime anyone speaks, they'll be the one that's showing.
So I should
once I mute.
Spotlight myself. Okay. And I do that by going to.
I don't remember, or we could all just mute ourselves and not talk, and then the screen won't bounce around.
Okay. All right, yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and mute yourselves, and then it'll be fine. And then after 20 minutes, I'll hand it over to Miho. So tonight, I'm going to, I'd like to work on Hangetsu. Considering doing it for the upcoming tournament, maybe not, but it's a great kata to work on either way because it has that total body connection, and the breathing is just so critical. So great thing for everyone to work on it anytime. So is there anybody who needs to review the kata? Everyone okay with the kata? Good, Eric, good? Everyone should be good. Okay, good, nice. Okay, here we go. All right, so bowing in. And just really starting from the beginning with the breathing and just that quick breath in and out. Announcing Hangetsu. Now, just a reminder that the Hangetsu stance is actually a little longer than the Sanchin stance. So a little later, Miho is going to be working on Sanchin stance. In her section, the Hangetsu stance is actually a little longer. Good. Itch. Breath it. Quick breath in, stepping out. Release. And then knee. Quick breath in. Hunching. We should be in the Hangetsu stance. This is a great opportunity to double check your stance. And I'll take this minute here, I guess, to I'll face you. Remember, the stance is a little longer than the Sanchin stance. It's a total body connection, so you're feeling it in your aura, your legs. It's about the length, short, just a little, maybe slightly shorter than a front stance, but it's taking that energy and taking it from the center. And then once that's released, quick breath, and the punch is the air out. So again, we'll start.
Quick question for me. Do we start with the left leg or with the right leg?
Okay, we start with the left on this. We were just doing the other kata, which started with the right leg. But now we're back to Shotokan. And this is the left side.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep you thinking. All right. So starting with the left. Ich. Knee. Ich. Knee. Ich. Knee. So the 3 punches in the stance in your legs. Hopefully by the end of this, your legs are feeling it if we're doing this right. Now remember, we're going to take the left hand and meet the right. You're gonna take your 2 fingers and hook with your fingers. So make the little hooks with the fingers because you're gonna grab and pull. And it's kind of a twist too. Back, down, out, up, out, and down. And in here, you should feel your stance is a good tight stance. Again, it should be a good firm stance. And as Sensei has said that the energy is going directly straight out of the fingers, if you can imagine that. Okay, now we're going to turn. So, and this is going to be a key eye point. So turning again into the Hangetsu stance. Block that arm and then grab it down. Knee. Blocking the arm, grabbing down. And sun. Blocking the arm and grabbing down. Now we're going to turn Uchiuke to your right. And this is going to be in the half moon stance. Now, in our dojo, if you look at online and at other places, they'll have you shift. But in our dojo, we were always taught this is not a shift. You just turn, block, punch, punch. So you may see some variations. And then turning. This is a shift and punch, punch. Turning to the back of the room. Block, punch, punch. And that is a shift on that one. Now we're going to turn, lifting our legs as if there's a string from your elbow to your knee. And stepping as you lift your left leg and bring your left hand to your ear, kick, down block, punch, hage kick. This should be, we start in the back stance, but then we go into the half moon stance. So there is a stance difference there should be. Now we're going to go the opposite way to our back. This is a back stance. We step. Now we're going to pull back, kick, down block. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Lift. Now we're going to kick that hand and punch down. That's your second Hi point. Bring that hand back. And when you do, this is what Sensei Hunt has advised, is bringing the back foot back with that right hand, then gathering, now face the front, then gathering with your hands here to catch a kick or a head. If somebody's coming, you could jam their head in their neck. Is there anything that I'm saying that you've heard Sensei say differently? Because there, like I said, there's a little couple variations. You good? Everyone's good? Okay. All right, so let's go through it step by step. Bearing in mind, again, that quick breath through the nose, and then the breath out, long extended breaths out that help to get your body connected. On gut. Ich. Sink into that stance, feel the power. Again, it's a little longer than Sanchen. Knee. Tight squeeze and release. Ich. Knee. Ich. Knee. Ich. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Ich. Ha. Knee. Sun. Ich. Knee. Sun. Ich. Knee. Sun. Ich. Knee. Sun. Ich. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Ro. Ich. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Ro. Ich. Feel the squeeze, the tension, and release. Kick punch. Ha! Ich. Yeah, man. Okay. Any questions on anything? Or no, good. All right. Let's go.
Quick question for me.
I'm sorry.
When we do quick question for me, when we do this one here with the knee, do we hit them with the fist like this or like this?
The hand.
Yeah. Like this.
The hand as you have it now.
Yeah. All right.
Correct that's what I believe is correct.
Yeah, I think so too, but I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
And memory is right. Okay, all right. Thank you.
That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing. But as always, it's up to Sensei's interpretation, but that's what I've been doing. Yeah, but thanks, that's a good question. All right, let's go through it a couple more times. Okay. Ich. Knee. Ich. Knee. Went too fast on that one. The punches are slow. I have a tendency to go a little too fast with them. Ich. Knee. Ich. Knee. Sun. She. Oh, this should be a nice settled stance and ready to turn very fast. Ich. Ha! Knee. Sun. Ich. Knee. Sun. Ich. Knee. Sun. Ich. Knee. Sun. Ich. Ich. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Ro. Ich. And kick. Hey. Each knee. And yame. So Mark, that was a really good question because the way that the hand was is natural to bringing it back to the ear. So it would be a good flow for the kata. So let's go through it. Muhare. And let's take our time with it. Again, you know, it's just we all know where we are at with them in terms of, you know, what's going to be, where's the power going to be, where does it end to start the next move. So rely on that. And let's do it together. All right. Yes. Hajime. Ha. Hey. Okay. All right. How did it go?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I somehow end up a little bit, you know, my left side finish. What do you think? What's caused this? To finish
Left
here?
from the mark that you started
Yeah,
on?
from up, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, in our dojo, we don't shift on the first,
Okay.
and then we do shift on the
Oh.
second. So that could be the reason why.
Oh, yes,
Right
yes.
there. And
Thank you.
I'm not sure why. Oops, that's the alarm. I set an alarm so I didn't overrun my time. And I'm not sure why our dojo chose not to shift both ways, but that's just the way it
Yes.
was. Yeah,
Can I,
So,
sure.
Can I offer what I do to alleviate that, to get back to my mark?
Yes,
Mhm.
please.
So on the last thing, after we kick and we go back,
Mhm.
when I step back, I step a little to the right. And then
Okay.
I pull in and I'm on my mark.
okay.
Because
perfect.
exactly as
Same
you
here.
say, Mary, we don't have that shift.
Right.
So I have to get back to the right a little bit.
Mhm, mhm. That's
Nice.
nice. Thank you.
Great. Okay.
Are you,
Well-
I'm sorry, Sepa Mary, are you stepping, when you, at the very end, are you bringing your left foot back and then also stepping out with your right? You know what I mean? After this last movement here, are you stepping back and then out with your right too? Or are you just stepping back and then stepping just out with your left? Are you doing two motions at the end? I can't really remember that last movement, if it's two motions or a single one.
I just step out with my left because you're doing the black and then for right or wrong, that's what I'm doing. Open for correction from Sensei, but
Yeah, I can't. I was trying to think if I stepped. And also the steps from Kokusurachi into the because I'm a Maigeri, are you stepping completely across or up to the foot?
up to the foot. And
Because I know that I've seen some that have crossed
mhm.
in front of the lead foot, and then some are coming up to it. I wasn't sure if there was the right way to come up to or come up and cross in front of the front foot. That makes sense? I don't know if that
Yeah,
makes
it
sense.
does. Yeah. So here's what Sensei Hunt said to me was because I was stepping kind of like my foot wasn't in line or parallel to the other foot. So, he said, no, step. So I've been stepping a little further than the foot, slightly further than kicking.
And
And
by
that's where
Mary,
I-
would you mind stepping back a little bit so we could
Oh.
see your feet?
Yeah. So he had me step across, kick.
Hi, okay. So the step, when you step in front of your lead foot, you're stepping vertical straight on rather than on a side.
Right, because I'm not sure how I had my foot before, but he said, just step across like that.
Hi, okay.
Yeah, which made a lot of sense and made it a lot easier. So, yeah,
Good. Thank you so much.
okay. All right, Miho, are you ready?
Oh, yeah, ready.
All right, let's see, where are you?
The pin myself a little.
There we go. There we go.
I'm gonna pin myself. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do the kihon part of the practice, and then to be understand on left or right. My light is this pink, and my foot right side has a color gloves and then socks. So, and then I'm gonna use the Hyakuhachiho. They had a multiple stance, sanchin stance, sanchin dachi, back stance, and then shikodachi, like a small wrestler, shikodachi. And then other things is a front stance, the normal front stance too. And then we're gonna use the waoke and also both hand punch, double punch. And then also what we call double block, supporting hand block, and then double down block. Also, we can practice this other. It's a turn exercise. 180, 90, 180. Well, sorry, 180. Okay, let's start. So first move is going to waoke. Go in front, your front. So I'm gonna turn back side to you, and then same direction. I'm gonna show the move with the same direction with you. The first one is starting from right leg forward, open, and then waoke 1, waoke 2, and then push down. And 180 move, waoke, push down. Next 90. Kugaoke. Kugaoke. Push down. And the last 180 move for this sequence. Kugaoke. Kugaoke. Push down. Always, most of the time, unless the first double punch, everything right-handed top first, and then usually opposite leg is front. Like opposite leg is the front. Okay, once more, we try this waoke things, going slow. Start from left leg, no, right leg. Each knee, and then push down. 180, waoke, push down. 90, waoke, push down. 180, push, waoke, push down. And then to finish with, whoa, neko ashitashi and push. That's a one sequence. Going a little bit faster. Start with right leg front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 3, 4. 90. 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going neko ashitachi, push. Okay. All right, and then next move, next sequence. It's gonna be a double punch. But only first move is say a leg for right leg forward and the right leg like arm up. So going this way, the final move of one before sequence is like this, right? And then going to double punch to your right and going to forward, your front. And then push to front stance and then punch and then gyakuzuki. And then 180 double back in sanchin-dachi, and then step up and then gyakuzuki. Step up, sorry, down block, gyakuzuki. And then 90, 1, boom, gyakuzuki. And then 180, push, punch, double punch, down block, gyakuzuki. That's a one sequence. Going slow, do it again. Last move from a one sequence before is like this, right? Neko ashitachi. Going to your front. 1, 2, 3. 180. 1, 2, 3. Going 90. 1, 2, 3. 180. 1, 2, 3. Going a little bit faster. The last movement is this. Okay, started from double punch, front. In something that first. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 90. 1, 2, 3. 180. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, and then next sequence, going everything 180, 90, 180. 180, 90, 180. So, and then the leg behind the left leg is going to move. Always move. 180. 180, 90. Sorry. Okay, 180 down, and then 90, and then 180. Left leg always moving for the turn. Okay, and then the next sequence gonna be Uchuke. Is last move is last move Hyakuzuki from here. Hyakuzuki. And then going to your back left corner means 135 degree to you to Uchuke back stance. Uchuke back stance, and then Shikohachidashi, supporting block, and then down block. Shift in, supporting block, shift back, down, double down block. And then going 180, Uchuke, shift, and back, double down block. And then 90, Uchuke, shift in, square dash, supporting block, and then double down block. 180, and then square dash, down block. That's one next sequence. So start from Hyakuzuki, and your front side is this, and then maybe your left side going to Hyakuzuki, front stance, and then 8, 2, 3, 180, 8, 2, 3, 90, 8, 2, 3, 180, 8, 2, 3. Okay. Doing a little quicker. So the Hyakuzuki front stance. 135 degree. 1, 2, 3. 180, 1, 2, 3. 90, 1, 2, 3. 180, 1, 2, 3. Squash that's it. So far, so you have any kind of question? You okay? Okay. Okay. Next is we have another stance called Fudodachi. It's a front stance, but the front leg is gonna be a little bit inward, and then go forward. It's not the squash that Shikodachi. A little bit front stance, but inward, front leg inward, front foot inward, and then go forward. So, and then this cool movement, the last movement, go hit, and 360, and kick, and then elbow, urazuki, and then tate shoot. Oh, no, last one is the front stance, but first beginning with the fudodachi, and then turn 360 degree, and then back to the point, and then kick, elbow, back fist, and then slowly tate shoot in front stance. Okay. I go right direction with you.
It looks like you froze, Miho.
Yeah,
Where's the
I see the same.
You're good
right.
now.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
moving now, so.
Sorry. You all right? Okay. So start with the fudodachi, and then hit the hand. So 360 and kick front stance, the elbow, back fist, and then tate shoot throw. Elbow back fist is really quick, so it's getting little bit slower pace, And then do it right now, practice right now. Okay. Fudodachi, hate shuto, kick mikazugeri, 360 degree. And then front, kick, back kick, and then elbow. Hate shuto in front stance. All right. Getting a little bit quicker. Start to fudodachi. And then H, kick, kick, elbow, punch. Hate shuto. One more. Fudodachi. 301, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you have some questions?
I do. After the 360 turn, what do I do with my hands? Is it get on barai or just kumite?
And I think he did in the finish. He just doing the kumite stance to front stance, change to the front stance. But I couldn't see that, But he said for sure back to the get back to the after kick. It's gonna be front stance. So and then elbow. I would yeah. All right. So I'll take a little rest and then go to the mark. All right, thank you. Mark, are you ready? It was quick.
Yeah, I am ready.
All right.
So, how can I put myself into the spotlight? Okay, I guess if you all mute yourself, it will stick on me. So my job now is kumite. I start first with a stance. So that means you can see my feet, yeah. So that means don't stand too deep, because if you're too deep, you're slow to move to the front or to the side. Stay a bit higher, but still bend your knees. These knees give you additional energy to move. It means not extra deep, not too short, somewhere maybe 1.5 width of your hips or your upper body. And the width, some people like to stand pretty flat, like this one here, so you see just the side. Some people just in the front. I prefer more the 45 degree. That means not too right here, maybe just the fifth between the heel and the toe here. That back line. It means that you turn a bit to the side, but not too much. Important is also to stay on the balls of your feet. If you stand flat on the ground, you're slow. You're slow to move. You can't move backwards and to the front. So let's try this. Stand a little bit deeper. It means in your knees. Try to stand on the balls of your feet and your arms. Relax them. Not too tight. Not like this. That means keep the elbows in, but keep them loose. Don't tighten them. And jump up and down. And when I clap my hand, it's just switch side. So left side to the front. And you jump. And when I clap my hand, it just changes the side. Good. Okay, switch. Switch. Keep your arms relaxed, your body relaxed, because then you're quicker to left side in front again. Good. Now let's try to move to the front and back. When we move, we don't go up and down, we stay low. And it's like, if you want to go to the front, it's like grabbing with your foot and then pull your body forward. Let's try this. It's going forward, grab it, and move in and move out. Stay low, stay on the balls of your feet, okay? Relax. In and out. In, stay low and out. Don't jump. Don't jump. The more you go down. Yeah. Forward. And backward. One. Okay. Let's face again to the front. Now let's turn out to the side. That means to your left side, or if you have the left hand in the front, turn out to your right side. It means again, push backwards, go 45 degrees. Don't move like this. It means try to get your upper body out there as well, because the opponent might attack your face, and if you move first your hips and leave your head here, doesn't work. But it means all of this needs to move at the same time. Okay. Reach 45 degrees to the rear. Knee and back. Gun. And chin. Good. Now, coming to your arms. You might want to punch with your front arm. That means your fist should already point to your opponent's chin. If it's too low and you want to punch, you have to lift it up and then go in there. Whereas if it's already pointing there, you just have to extend it. And when you do these punches, don't think to push your fist, think more to push your elbow. This makes it a little bit quicker. Okay, that means keep the elbow in mind and push with this one in. Okay, so let's try to combine the step and the punch. Okay, left leg in the front, stay low, stay on the balls of your feet, and go forward. Don't go high, stay low, and in here and out. And your right arm, don't put it down, keep it up. Knee. No. With your front fist to your opponent's chin. See? Go. Okay, good. Now let's combine this with the front, with the step to the front. What it means, as we know, we move our weight over the front knee and then propel our hips to the front. We said, don't go up, stay low. So over the front knee. Okay. Let's try this. Again, don't stay too long. Hit. Move your hips. Knee. Maybe think on somebody's pulling here your hips. You go to the front. You throw your hips to the front. Okay. Hit. Go. One more. Good. Let's combine this one here, the step to the front with a push with your arm. Imagine your opponent has here in this case his left arm to the front and I push his arm away with my front hand. Push it away. I hit him up here. If I push here, he might pull out his arm and back. So try to push him here and push the arm towards him. But he's blocked, but he also has to turn a bit. So it means go a bit outside, push his arm away, and close your hands. That means don't not like this, keep them closed. And the arm is up here, so that the distance from the hand to hit his arm is short. Okay? It means again, move to the front, your hips. And really push with your front arm. Don't pull this arm back. You push it down, and punch. It means hold it down, block it. Don't pull the left arm back. Okay? Each. Keep in mind here, lean forward so that you're fast. 2. 3. 4. one comment for the punch. The punch comes before your foot gets down. So it means you run over this one here. And before this one comes down, you already have the punching. So don't wait on one. More like first the fifth and then the fifth. Good. Let's add one more step to this. We move to the front, push the arm away, and now open the back door, move inside. Because you still might want to come to the front and you want to move away there. Okay? So again, to the front, away, and open. 45 degrees backward, that means also pull a bit back. By in one step, okay? Each. Knee. More. Good. This is what you want to make a long distance because you make this additional step. If your partner is closer by, you could also maybe do just a shift in. Push his front arm away, and out. Okay. Again here. Don't go up and down. Stay low on the balls of your feet. Not too high because then you can't push. So let's do it on 2 counts. Each, knee, and out. And this one here is not a sweep, it's more like a short touch so that his arm slips away. Okay? Now you use your hips here. Go in. Now your hips go deep. And maybe the front arm, don't push it down. Keep it up here. You push his arm out. Keep it up here and down. Protect your stomach. 2 more times. Each. Good. It means these 2 techniques. One was we make a big step, push his arm to the now. If the opponent is closer, we could also afford to shift in, and out. Okay. Another technique to make a long distance is to pretend to kick. It is a long technique, but it also takes a bit more time. So what you can do is you could take a kick by just lifting the knee, putting the hips a bit in the front. Your partner thinks you come in with a kick. He brings down his arms, opens up here, which gives you the chance to win on the top. But this only works when you have kicked before a couple of times. So it means, or you choose this technique, make some real kicks up front. If your partner gets used to kicks, and then maybe after 2-3 times, lift the knee. And also use your hips. Means pretend that you make a kick, a long kick with your hips. Then you put your knee, and this is quicker, and you can punch. Okay, so let's try this again. Slowly bring up the knee, front, and back. Each knee. And of course, the punch will come before the foot comes down or the foot. Not like come down. Okay? It means this punch right after you unreal kick. Go. And go. Okay. So what we can do there now is again, so we go backwards, go more back. Now if you, that's it, and he comes with an attack. This is a big chance to make a kick with a front leg. Now, this often works well because people normally attack with a kick and a punch, and then go back. It means your opponent counter attack. This you can use as a front kick. This often works. So let's try this again. You stop your knee, front, so lift this right, front kick, and in again. Here, and your kick, punch, you come back in, front kick, and again to the front again. This is front kick, don't move your way back to this one. It takes too much time and you will not have enough push. He will come in, and if you kick from here, he will just run you down. Now the means, try to lift it up here, means with push to the front. My hips, they stay here, you see? Okay, let's try this. Let's take it in front. Knee lift, punch, and you take the front. Knee lift, punch, allow the let's make two moves, okay? One zip through, more knee. Any questions so far? Okay. Always keep in mind, stay low.
You didn't,
Also
after the kick, there's not another punch at this point, right?
not at this point, but of course, and actually one more punch. This is true, yeah. But normally, if he comes in,
Mhm.
you hit him here. But again, you could actually one more punch.
Okay, thanks.
Good. So these are techniques where we move to the front. What happens if the partner attacks us? Left leg in the front. He comes with a punch to the face. Block this. He comes with a kick. Block this as well. Now it's up to us. Front kick, Hyaku, and out. And this Hyaku, don't get too wide. Stay more in a straight line because you want to go forward. You want to hit him, not here to the side. Go in, pull out. Okay, so let's try this again. Carry on the top. Block the kick. Hyaku, and out. Okay. Again. Block. Block. Hyaku. Within one line here to go deep in and out. Within one count, okay? 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Up, 1. Good. This is when he attacks us.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Question. You know, when you do the down block, after down block you kick, right? Or same at the same time, or avoid.
I would first block him because you want to open him. If you block and kick, you might hit his leg. So that means you make this block, you open his front part, and then there's space.
Okay.
Good. But it means the same thing we could also do with the rear leg in case the opponent is too far away for a front kick. So it means here the rear leg and in. Again, here you must judge, are you close enough to make a front kick, or are you too far away and you need just more distance and pull in the rear leg? Okay. Let's do this one with the rear leg. Same beginning as before. Top, bottom, he's still far away. One kick is too short. Rear leg. Bottom, rear leg. Carries. Down here. Rear leg. One push and each. One more time. Top, bottom, rear leg. Add one more technique to that one. So top, bottom. Very Oitsuki. He goes back. Now he comes back in. Okay, and out. Again. Top, bottom. My dear, rear leg. Oitsuki. He comes back in. And here again, if you move your weight too much to your rear leg, he will just push you down. that means try to keep your weight to the front that you can also push into him. Okay? Carry, block, my dear, Oitsuki, pull up and back. One zip, okay, 1, 2. Okay. Okay, good. I think that's it. We have 2 minutes more to go. Just use them to stretch a bit, but before that, any questions from you? Okay, so some points. Keep it closer here. Stay low, bend your knees, stay on the balls of the feet. Keep your arms tight, but relax. And the fist, point to the opponent's chin. Not down, not too high. Right to the chin so that you can fix it in your head. Okay? Good. Let's do some stretching. Shoulder width, so a bit more. Just hang down. Move over to your left leg. And stretch on the rear side. Keep a smile on your face because we are all here and we are happy. Move over to your right side. Middle. Go up. Arms up and now lean to the back. Okay, rotate your upper body. Direction. Okay, good. I think that's it. Mary, you want to close the class?
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good
Great
class. Enjoyed it.
Good night, thanks.
Good night. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Okay, goodbye.